My name is Pat DeSoto. My father is Harvey Holden. He's a resident of the Garrett Center.
My name is Jan Leet, and my mother, Rosie Mart, is here, and she's been here since March of 2019.
My name is Lisa Lloyd Croats, and my father, Jim Lloyd, is a resident here.
We are Dave and Deb Simmering,
Yep.
and Dave's mother is Rose Simmering, who is a resident here at the UP home.
On March 12th, or right in there, 11th, 12th, I got the call that visitation was canceled and the doors were locked. And my first response was, what do you mean? It's my mother. I'm here, she's here. What do you mean I can't come in? I mean, I was shocked because it couldn't happen.
It was really hard not to be able to be with him. I was lucky because he's only been in long-term care since February. Not as long as I know a lot of the people had to go without seeing their loved ones. And I couldn't do a window visit because he's on the second floor, so it was just phone calls only. And that's hard. You can't see them, you can't hug them, you can't really see how they're doing. You can hear, but that's it. And my father's not really capable of doing Skype, so it was the phone, that was it.
With my dad being 103, our whole family worried, will he make it through that? We were all sad about it, some anger, because we wanted in and we knew we couldn't be, lost a lot of control over being able to see him. We couldn't communicate it with him. He has a flip phone. When he'd call us, he could call us, but we couldn't understand him and he couldn't understand us. So we were very sad a lot of the time.
Oh, not being able to have contact with Rose through this whole pandemic thing has been a real struggle.
It has been a struggle.
Not being
Not able to talk to your parents, or no hugs, no contact. Yeah, it's been hard, and hard on Mom, especially.
We were able to talk on the phone, and my dad is a talker and can usually say how he's doing, and I also was able to talk a lot with the staff. And they would email and call and text, and they kept me apprised of how he was doing, and that was invaluable.
My mom, every time I'd see her, she would say, well, I hope this is over soon. I hope they get that vaccine. I hope, and it was her hope. It was the only hope she had, that there would be a vaccine and that this would be over. And I remember January 5th, I came to the window, and my mom was smiling. And she said, I got my shot, and she was so happy she got her vaccine. And it was just like, finally her dream was coming true, and things were going to be back to normal.
I personally decided to get the vaccine because I work in the emergency room up at Mercy Hospital in Iowa City, and being a nurse there, we saw a lot of COVID patients there. We saw both non-critical and critical patients there. And I knew right away that I would get the vaccine just because of the number of people we saw there and how devastated the families were, not being able to see their loved ones, and how sick some were, and I knew right away that I would get the vaccine when it became available to us.
I think people need to get vaccinated so that we can all feel a little more safer going out in public and help open up the businesses, the restaurants, the nursing homes, the facilities, so we can get back to some sort of a normal life.
I would have done anything to get to come in. And so when we finally did get to come in, even if it was that long cubicle 6 feet apart with masks, I would have put a mask on, I would have put the shield on, I'd have put a space suit on, I'd have put a gorilla suit on, I'd put anything you wanted on to be able to visit with my mom face to face. So even that was wonderful. And then when we got to come to her room, it was wonderful because that's her home. And that room is her home. That's where she has her stuff, that's where she's comfortable. And it was like we were able to come home, and it meant a lot.
It's meant a lot to be able to come back and see him, just to see his face and to just look at him and see how he's actually doing and hug him and touch him, and that's important. And to be able to do things with him then, rather than just talk and hang up the phone and think, well, I hope he's doing okay. Now I actually can see that he is.
To be able to come back into the building and see Dad, meant everything. Just to be able to see him and be able to give him a hug, and it just meant everything.
If I I can't imagine why I would wait to get the vaccine, because who am I waiting for to get it? I mean, is there somebody out there I want to get it? Do I want to wear my mask everywhere again? Do I not want this over? I just can't imagine why we'd wait. Those of us who've taken our vaccine are still alive, and I just can't imagine a reason to wait.
So my message is, those who got vaccinated, thank you so much. And those who didn't, please reconsider.
I remember seeing husbands and wives at the window in the dining room with their hands on the glass, touching each other. And, I don't want to have to walk away from that window again. I just can't imagine doing that again.